Well, it looks like Ian beat us to Switzer Lake, but I'll have you know, it's only because I went over this crazy mountain pass into West Virginia and we had to go back. So, it's a really costly wrong turn.
It's sinking, Eli. I don't get anything. I'll get you up here. Daddy, only us?
He's not in there.
We have booster seats.
Ooh, moving up in the world.
Really excited about that.
There's
Look how
matching
much
tires.
I've wore my tires down compared to new.
Yeah. Well, they're mud tires. They're not designed for
Yeah.
longevity. That's
No.
for sure.
No, they've been to Colorado and back, so that's
Yeah.
more than a lot of
Oh,
tires
you guys
can
got
say.
Brandon with you.
Yeah.
What's up, kitty? They brought a kitty cat.
Yeah.
He's been doing really well again. He
Yeah?
surprises us.
We
Yeah.
did not
Nice.
buy it actually. We
This
found
is,
it at a
second-
dollar store. Yeah.
Second camping trip.
We just
Okay.
found him at a dollar
You
store.
found them at a dollar store?
Yeah. Our mom
Nice.
found him at a dollar store.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Ella, do you remember these guys? No. She was out there throwing rocks and just carrying on, and then
Oh, man.
yeah, here we go.
Eli, put it on my food.
Huh?
Do you want to lead?
You want me to lead?
I just figured because I'm going to go as slow as I possibly can because that's my MO.
Well, let's go. Your speed.
Go my speed. See what happens?
I mean, okay, so in Uwharrie, there's only like 2 trails I can't make it up parts of, right?
Okay.
So,
I can't imagine this would be bad.
yeah, but we'll see.
Find out.
Yeah,
Neither
it'll be
of us
fun.
have never done this. Let's
Yeah,
go.
man, can't wait. All right, Brandon.
All right, you gotta move, Brandon. Straw.
This is really cool, huh? We're right on the side of the lake. Do you think I should try to drive in it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Evan?
No.
What?
You guys are nuts.
So this is what Brandon does when we go off-roading. Oh, we got another water crossing, honey. Let's see if we can get...
This one looks real pretty.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could talk to you. If you zoom in, you can get a lot of the dash out.
That's cool. So we're going back across the river, guys.
You zoom out, and then we can get us. Does that feel good, Isaac?
Trying to get clean.
Oh, you're trying to get some leaves, like in Colorado? Oh, cool. We got another crossing here.
Wait, are we going just in circles?
No, there's just lots of little creek crossings and stuff.
It's really cool. It's so pretty. It's probably too shaky to actually see how it is.
We're about halfway up to the top. And this scenery is just amazing. Though we have noticed there's a lot of dead trees. We're wondering if some sort of insect came through and killed a bunch of them or what's happening.
Or maybe they just haven't bloomed for spring yet.
That looks like a nice little pan breaker there. Guess we had enough clearance, guys.
Oh, three-wheeling, keep going.
I can't.
Really?
No, it can't get enough traction to both rear wheels right now.
Well, because it's got you in a, both that wheel back there and this wheel up here is, they're not touching the ground.
Little driver.
I said this is the steepest, hardest climb, and our air springs have failed, and my shock extenders I made are too tall. They're like 4 inches. They probably needed to be, at this point, we just didn't even need any. And we didn't get active cooling on our transmission coolers, so now our transmission temperature is high, and our radio can't communicate with Ian, and I'm too prideful to honk my horn and tell him to stop. So we're just boiling our transmission fluid. And I need to, and I need to take those shock extenders off.
I think we're here though.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. We keep thinking we're close, but we made it to the top.
Yeah, we did.
This is cool.
Sphere, we made it. We made it finally.
I saw on the weather app it said you could see 29 miles from up here today. I don't know.
It looks like 29 miles. It looks like 29
Eli.
million miles. What, Dad?
Put some air in the
Pretty
rear.
barren up here. What the?
Finding some cool little secluded camp spot.
I don't know, I guess so. Either that or he didn't want to go through that to get
Right.
around.
Go through deer.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a hard pass on that, especially with the back spring things. What
Yeah,
we're
we
doing.
gotta
We gotta make it home, guys.
I'll help you, Sophia.
I'm curious though if everything's a little tough up here.
Mommy! Mommy!
All right, boys. First things first. We gotta get our jackets on.
I'm stuck in here with Sophia.
Brandon, what do you think about your jacket?
Like a slide. I'm dying.
All right, so we got camp set up. It is it's a little breezier than we were hoping for, but we've got the trusty green Caterpillar over there.
I think you lost the kid over
Yeah, we have one kid crying. His truck shouldn't blow over.
there. No, it shouldn't. We're worried about things coming in from
Yeah.
above.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
We are under some precarious.
All right, so we've packed up camp and we are heading out for another day's adventure. We're gonna head to, I think, what do you call it? Red Knob? Reddish Knob. I've removed my custom DIY shock extenders too, so that should help us not have so much clunking. When I removed the shock extenders though, it also reduced our downward travel by 2 inches, which is not ideal. I would much rather have 2 more inches of downward travel. We're almost back to the top of Flagpole Knob again.
Is that thumb of the finger, Mom?
She just smirks real big and smiles.
All right.
You want to let the Forerunner pass us?
Where is it?
Tacoma, I mean.
Where is it?
He's just coming up to the side over here.
Oh, yeah, we can.
I might drive through some of that stuff, I guess.
I mean, it's either good or bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this guy go through. All right, we're gonna go on the. I don't know which side he went on actually.
That side.
We're gonna go on the right side here. Traction control off.
Oh, the monkeys, these are really big puppies. Like, whoa. I don't know, this makes me nervous with all the not visible bottom here.
I think I have one.
Eli, we're videoing. Please stop. Man, so far that was all really easy. We only have traction control off. We don't even have VTM 4 lock on.
Did Ian go through some?
Yeah.
Haha. Hi guys. What are you doing?
Are you going mudding in your boots?
No.
All right, honey.
Get in them.
Don't break it, okay? I wasn't going super fast. Just drive the right speed.
You weren't going fun.
Well, that's because we don't want to. That's because we're 496 miles from home. She's gonna get our cold air intake to suck up water. What the heck? Oh my gosh, Eleni.
It's full send, dude.
Yeah, she just went airborne. I mean, only I'm allowed to do that in Colorado. Ian?
I know. Well,
What's she doing? She does know the cold air intake is susceptible to splash intake, right? Dude, our car is gonna suck in water. For some reason the cold air intake sounds better when she drives it.
yeah, it's full throttle, that's why.
Hey, honey, the cold air intake is susceptible to water splashing on it and sucking in water.
He's impressed with your send abilities, though.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do like an emergency repair yesterday for some clunking that you got completely airborne. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's not good.
That's awesome.
No, this car is not made to get airborne. But why don't you drive through those ruts over there? Alright, Ian, I think I'm ready. I'm also shivering.
All right.
Why are you shaking so much?
I'm shivering. I'm cold.
Oh, you're cold?
Yeah.
So kind of like a choose your own
We have
adventure.
to go that way to get to Reddish Knob, but I just thought I wanted to see about climbing that.
See
before.
what's up there, yeah.
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 Which one are you gonna do? The steep one or that
I'm
steep
gonna
one or
try
the middle?
steep one. I don't know if it'll work.
Wow, those clouds or something, right?
Wow.
Where are we going now? Wait, there's a
We're
hiking
here.
trail.
What was this called again? Reddish Knob?
Reddish knob, yeah.
Reddish Knob.
I wonder why
Good
it's
place
called
for
that.
lunch.
We can use those for dinner.
Eli, what did you do?
I landed in a triangle.
You threw it up and made it land just like that. And it's-
Yes.
even with this wind, it's just staying there.
Yeah.
Come here, Evan.
Oh,
I found a quartz.
got it on video though, so we know what happened.
Accurate. I went like, it went like landing.
Little silly boy.
He's such a good cat.
Yeah, even though we practically abuse him with all of the boys and their shenanigans, and Eleni driving way too rough, her shenanigans. So we were up on Reddish Knob and we were deciding on our next little spot to go to, and I just had a little glimmer of network, and so we are heading up to, let's see what it's called. Wow. Basically to the end of this road here, but it's nice because it's actually a little bit smaller road than we've been on. I don't know, I'm liking it.
We can fill up the big sweet tea container.
It's really pretty, isn't it? So we made it to the end of the Google Maps road, and now we have this uphill challenge.
Now I'm up here.
Yep, I'm not sure if the pilot can do it or not, but what we're gonna do is just walk up here and see if it's worth actually even trying. This is when you need low range, huh, Evan?
Alright, he's gonna try to take the car and go all the way as far as he can up this big. That's being mean. Why did you keep putting your foot or your wheel in that hole?
I can't go over much farther. What do you mean?
It looked like you could like kind of.
On the outside? There's bigger holes on that side. So I don't know how much of that you saw, but we couldn't quite make it up past the first ledge. What we were concerned about is how far it goes up there, and there's some more obstacles very similar to that first kind of washed out area. But Ian is gonna go try it in his Ridgeline and see what it feels like. If he has the courage to make it to the top, I might continue trying to make it. We've got our winch. Theoretically, we should be able to make it, but backing down this portion right here felt, you know, it was really steep, so it wasn't, you know, the most enjoyable thing to back down. Here goes Ian. He's literally gonna try to crawl up it, I think. His gearing in this ZF9. I know you could, dude. You could make it. Because you weren't even gassing it. You were just barely crawling up that, weren't you? Guess that's that's enough for him right now. Well, that was a bit of a scenic detour, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth it though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to find some camp.
Let's do it.
All right.
Camp's this way.
Yeah. All right, I'll follow you, okay?
All right, sounds good. Let's do it.
Can you climb up there now too? It's like a fort.
It is. It's a fort up here.
Can you stick your head forward more, Isaac, or not? A little bit more. Come on.
I can't.
Ready? Sunglasses.
One more time.
Oh.
Again.
Hold on, let me put this down.
We're heading back down the mountain, and we're meeting up with, I think, a friend of a friend, so I forget the guy's name, but we're gonna camp down in the valley, hopefully near one of the streams, maybe where the moss was growing on all those trees.
No.
We're excited.
No.
Are we excited, Evan?
No.
What? Where do you want to camp?
At the very top of the mountain.
You guys like being at the top of the top? So we found this mountain stream yesterday, but we didn't realize that it's full of thousands of frogs.
Wow.
You see them all swimming around down there?
Yeah. We should have brought a
Wow,
net.
it's so loud.
Look at what the woodpecker did to that tree, guys. There must be a lot of bugs in there, huh? Beautiful forest though, right boys? I'm kind of excited that we're going to be down in the valley.
Why?
To be able to find things.
Why?
So we found a really cool camp spot, but it's really far off the road. And we know that Ian's friend is not gonna be able to find us. So we were thinking about ideas, and we're gonna basically make a sign out of our Cheez-It box. And we're gonna deploy it by the road, and it's gonna say Ian's camp this way. And we'll see if he finds us. It'll be really funny. All right, I'm liking camp, guys. What do you guys think? You getting a fire going over there, Eli?
No.
We got the mountain stream noises down there. We got Brandon trying to escape again. We're trying to start a fire here. I'm gonna have to teach Eli how to do it, right, Eli? So this is what Ryan would see if he was coming up to camp. He would see this weird piece of cardboard, and now I can see I need to suspend it back, but it says Ryan, Ian, this way. So hopefully we hear him and then we come up and say, hey, come this way.
You want a hot dog? Okay. I'll cook some hot dogs.
Again.
I don't have any.
You're hungry?
I want my hot dog not cooked at all. Eli, it went out.
Don't give her just any stuff. Eli and Sphira crossing the bridge. Yeah. You guys found a better bridge, huh? Wow.
I thought it might be a little bit slippery. No,
Looks like you
we
made it.
got a cross on this one.
Careful.
Yeah, we did. That's why I crossed.
Put your hands up.
I found the salamander.
Evan found the salamander. Their salamander quest was a success.
Yeah!
All right, so it is morning, and we had a little bit of a stressful night last night. Safira ended up wandering off into the woods just before dark, and we looked and looked and looked and could not find her. I ended up walking, I don't know, 15 minutes into the woods, the direction I thought she went, and it was windy, and we're by this creek, so as far as whistling or making noise goes, I don't think it was carrying very far. So it was kind of, at some point, up to her to find her way back. And I slept with the big window open on my tent so I could try to look out and see when she arrived. But it started getting chilly enough that, that wasn't comfortable, so I had to put down the window. At some point in the night, Ian decided to just pack up. He wasn't feeling well, so he decided to leave early. And I guess that was probably about, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 in the morning. And so we were just saying goodbye and just letting him know that we'd keep him posted on our dog. And he goes, "Oh, she's laying right beside your tent." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So that was a really big moment of joy for us. Yeah, our dog's 12. Her name's Safira, for those who don't know, and she's been our adventure dog from the very beginning. So when she was the size of like a Nalgene bottle, we took her on adventures, took her in my old single cab truck, took her on kayak adventures, and we basically just raised her to be a really good camping dog and adventure dog. And we've had her off leash a ton, so on a trip like this, it's not out of the ordinary for us to just have her off leash. And I've always told the kids, and I've always told Eleni, that I suppose that that Safira will go out with a bang. She'll probably not live to a ripe old age. At some point, because we let her be free outside, she'll probably make a mistake that ends up, costing her her life. And there was a point last night where we thought maybe that night had come, because it was getting pretty chilly. It was really breezy. And it's hard for me to know how much Safira can take as far as cold. She did have her backpacking vest on, so I'm sure that gave her some warmth. And, we have a collar on her with our name and phone numbers. And ironically, the vest is actually reflective, so you would think we could have found her last night with our flashlights. But anyways, that's all one big long story to say why I look so tired, because I did not sleep well until she got into the tent. But we're going to pack up camp here, and we are going to head on out of here. We're going to more or less drive straight home. Camera, get off the mud. No one wants to see your mud. How does this thing work? Okay. So yeah, we're going to pack up and head out of here. It's been a really fun trip. Really fun adventure. I'm not sure if this will be the only outro I film, but in case it is, we appreciate everyone's support. The pilot on this trip, we found some more weaknesses or limits, let's put it that way. And the transmission, the lack of low gearing, is probably the biggest limit that I've found in my pilot. There are certain trails that get really steep, and I don't know. Actually, on this trip, we didn't exactly find that limit, and the trail that I attempted to go up was super steep, and the pilot was going fine up until the axles got crossed, and we had 8 traction boards with us, so we probably could have overcome that, but as you guys saw in the video, it seemed more wise to turn around and find a safer camp. And to be honest, I think we did well down here in the valley, because it's very breezy down here, and we could just hear the wind ripping up at the tops of the the crests all night, and that's where we would have been if we had camped up there. So, but anyways, I appreciate your guys' support. The engine mods, kind of inconclusive. It's hard to say. I need to get back to a trail that I've felt before, one where I feel like I'm putting the pedal to the metal and it's not moving. So I basically need to go back to Uwharrie National Park or Forest, and I need to get onto some of those roads and crank it and see if I've improved my low end performance or not. The current short ram intake that I have whistles a lot. It sounds like a dog whistle too. It's not like a pleasant whistle. It's very high pitch. We've managed. Lenny's complained a little bit, but we've managed so far. I have half a mind because the whistle didn't, with my old throttle body, the whistle was not as loud with the rubber intake hose. I think Honda does some magic with the corrugations on those hoses to help mitigate the whistle on the throttle body. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll look into what the different 3.7 liter engine hose offerings look like, see if there's any that I could adapt to be a short ram intake, you know, adapt the open filter on the end, and maybe I can get rid of the whistle a little bit, or at least mute it a little bit. But we'll work through there. All in all, the Pilot's running great. You know, we had some clunks with my shock extenders that, you know, I put on there to be fancy. I mean, they serve a purpose. I lost 2 inches of droop when I put them on. I had to lift the lower control arm up 2 inches to put the, you know, button up the stock shocks. Hey, Eli. Say hi. I'll be out in a moment, okay?
Okay.
Anyways, we'll keep on with our adventures. The Pilot is still amazing for what it is. It just has its main Achilles heel, in my opinion, which is really, really steep climbs. And I don't know. On this trip, to be honest, we didn't quite find that moment, because on the hill where I couldn't go up anymore, my tires were spinning, so it wasn't an issue of lack of power at that point. It was an issue of lack of traction. So I guess we'll have to fight another day. I also didn't have to use my winch, which kind of bums me out. I kind of wanted to, but kind of have to find the failure point, or not the failure point, hopefully, but the point where the Pilot can't make it. So some mud or something. And all in all, I think it did great. I think that for a good family hauler, for a budget build, the Pilots do great. I would put maybe like a 2-inch lift and 245 75/16 tires, or do the HRG Ultimate lift, the 3-inch lift with the subframe drop. If you do either of those with the 245 75 tires, I think you'll have a pretty capable rig, more capable than most people would even, you know, push their vehicle. So, all right, I'm gonna tune out. And we'll catch you on the next adventure. Over and out. There's the bad girl that caused us all kinds of trouble last night. Look at her. She knows she would curl her tail if it curled down, but it only curls up, so all she can do is wag it. What are you doing, Zafira? We missed you. Don't make us nervous like that. Are you shivering again?